I'll come back. 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 I'll come back.
I'm on the page right now. It's oh, now it's like, yeah.
How many pesos are we getting for these ads?
So essentially nothing. Alrighty then. Cool. Pre starts with a countdown, right? We'll do that then. Sweet. Rightio. 5, 4, 3, 2, and honk. Hello and welcome to the Barcast, everyone. Where the bar, I don't know where the fucking bar is anymore, guys. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Your bartenders for this evening are going to be, which one of you turds is here? We have Alex _
Hello.
We've got Enigmatic Otaku.
Today's podcast has been brought to you by Blue Apron.
We've got Milk with us as usual.
Wait, I thought it was Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, God.
It's actually, and I am Squarespace. And
Don't forget Curiosity Stream.
yes, it's that as well. And Pencil and Priest are off, probably in a magical land of boning and wonder today. So you've got us. And today we've got a lovely guest with us. We've got the Vren, number 55, of course.
Hey. The 55 is silent, but you just call me. Vren.
Okay. It's just pronounced Vren then. Gotcha.
Yeah.
He is obviously number 1. Now, moving on, if anyone is just joining us for the first time, we are a user-submitted podcast where you tell us who you want to make miserable, you ask the questions that would make the guest miserable, and we relay those same questions to make the guest miserable for 2 hours or however long they can stand us. So starting off, we'll start off with just 3 questions we ask everyone, in which case, good sir, who are you and what have you done for this fandom?
Hello, well, my name is Vren. I have written pretty much a story known as Princess Celestia, the Changeling Queen, and yeah, for some reason people seem to like it a lot, and that's pretty much my big contribution to the fandom. Sometimes I go and do con and panels at my local convention, and yeah, that's pretty much all my contributions. I just write a big fanfic, and it has 2 sequels now.
A great fanfic nonetheless, I might add.
Oh, thanks.
Now, moving to the next question. Let's see. Okay, what's always Priest's second question?
How do you?
I know the third question.
How did you get into the fandom?
No, we already
thank
asked
you.
that.
Yes, that was it. Thank you, Alex. For the rest of it.
Someone pays attention.
Yes, someone does pay attention indeed. So, Ren, how did you get into this fandom, this lovely degenerate fandom of ours?
Well, actually, here's an interesting story. It happened that so when I was in high school, I did something called basically a self-torture program known as International Baccalaureate, which is basically think you want to torture yourself academically at university level in grade 11 and 12 with crazy mountain exam and extra philosophy for a root. So I was doing this program, and basically some of my friends were like stressing the hell out because, yes, we're smart, but we're also kind of dying inside. And so what happened was one of my friends introduced me to My Little Pony, and he said, "This is a neat little show. I want you to take a look at it." I'm like, okay. And but then I was like, you know what? I just need a break. I'm just like dying inside because, studying like hell. It basically, to give you an idea of how stressed I was, I did not become this stressed until I started doing my master's program several years later. That amount of stress in high school basically meant that my bachelor's was honestly a breeze. So yeah, that's what happened. And so I was so stressed, I was like, you know what? I just need any little bit of relief. And so I started watching My Little Pony. And I'm like, I like this stuff. I'm beginning to really like this stuff. What is going on with this? Also, there's some really high quality fan fictions, and I've always loved reading fan fictions. Like, I started with Redwall, and then because I was a Redwall fan when I was it's a kids anthropomorphic series.
Yeah, that was PBS Kids furry corner right there.
I guess so. Yeah, I remember watching that show when I was a child, and I was like, I found the books. The point is, I got into the fandom because I like reading fan fiction, and I wrote some fan fiction, and I was like, whoa, there are some really good fan fiction here. I think the first one I like fully read was Someone Crush It Daily, and the one I can really remember, like, okay, yeah, I read Milo Dashi, and then I read Past Sins, the big guys. And then I got in, and I started writing my own fan fiction, which was terrible, by the way. So please don't. Oh my god, please don't read it. And I started practicing holding my craft, and eventually, I just one night. I guess I kind of went over the bounds of this question, but that's how I end up in the fandom.
Very nice. So, yeah, just a little bit of encouragement from the universe. That's how it always is. It was just memes for me, so it's a much better story than mine. And lastly,
the irony is that my friends are no longer pony fans, and I'm like the super fan because I'm actually the one who goes to cons and who actually writes fan fiction. They don't. They're just like, what, friend? What happened to you? What? You're actually still writing pony fiction? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to con. You're like, what? And you're paneling? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, huh. Okay, they're fine. They're great guys. It's just that they were rather surprised.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And next, we are going to have the most controversial question for this set right here. One that has torn nations apart, one that has destroyed universes, one that no one should dare to ask, but we're going to do it anyways. Who is best pony?
Who is best pony? Wow. Well, unfortunately, my record is kind of clear. Best pony Celestia or Twilight. I'm sorry. It's basically in what the stories I wrote. I mean, if you look here, look at freaking my first story is called Princess Celestia the Changeling Queen. Wow, wow. Oh wait, by the way, drink up.
There you go.
Princess Celestia the Changeling Queen. Yeah, it's in the title. I like Celestia a lot. Not sure why. I mean, I guess a lot of it came a reaction to a lot of Luna. There was in the early fandom, and I did a presentation actually on it, super recently at my local con, where basically I talked about, hey, by the way, this is so weird that we have so much Luna at the beginning of the fandom. There was Luna and Rainbow Dash at the beginning of the fandom, and then I kind of reacted against it, I guess. Not that I dislike Luna, I still love Luna, but I kind of got tired of Luna, and then I found you know what? It's kind of Celestia's kind of nice. I really like Celestia. I like her characterization. She's funny. She's nurturing.
So, in short, you like mommy.
No. She's
a mother figure.
Not really. I guess I like leaders, authoritative leaders, charismatic authoritative leaders, and that was always my vision of Celestia. Charismatic authoritative leader who knows how to let loose. And I guess because I did a lot of history, you see a lot of crappy leaders. And even the good ones are kind of crap. And so just to have the unabashed of a good leader that you can cheer on, who has clearly brought Equestria, at least up to this point in the show, to that point in the show, which is season 2, to have such a good leader who does so good for her ponies, not because she's self-interested, but because she does it because she wants to, was really appealing to me. And so that's why I was yeah, Celestia! And so that's how that ended up.
Sweet. I like it, and I will definitely allow it. Celestia is best princess, aside from Luna, of course, but
of course
she's still best princess.
Honestly, yes. I think that one thing that I want to see more is more Cajun stories, because Caden's idea, the Princess of Love, that is actually really interesting. And I've seen only a few stories where Cadence has any development whatsoever. Celestia knew to get a lot of development. Twilight, yeah, of course. But Cadence really gets nothing. And it's sucky. Because of the way she was introduced in season 2. Anyway, that's my rant. I'll stop myself before I go on a rant, but yeah.
I love how in the movie, Cadence's only highlight was getting owned super hard, super easily.
Yeah, and it's stupid. It's just kind of this could be a really fun character to play with, love. There's so many different types of love. I think the only person I've seen play with, and actually I haven't seen a good play. I only seen a few people who play with her like other attributes. What does it mean to be like Princess of Love? Anyway, pardon me.
No worries at all. So, well, you've answered everyone's questions there. Now, before to the main body of the questions, this is just a little bit of a reminder and disclaimer to our lovely audience out there that they're free to ask any questions in the Twitch chat right now. However, as per all rules that have always been in place are still in place. That hasn't changed, you little shit stains. So, no politics, no religion, no personally identifiable information. So,
We did have the usual one from the Twitch chat already.
yes, we do have a usual one, of course, and that one's the one you posted in behind the counter.
Yeah.
The other guy does ask, "How neat is your dick? Not how big it is. How neat is it?
I don't know what that means though. That's the thing.
Make an assessment."
How convenient is your penis?
Do you clean under the foreskin?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I do.
What do you mean you guess?
The question to answer that question would mean going to territory that I'm like, do you too much information? Let's put it that way.
Fair, totally fair. So,
And it's like, and you're putting it on YouTube, right? So it's not like I can take backseat that one. So yeah, I would say I think it's fairly neat. Reasons why? No comment.
there you have it, other guy. You will get no more. You will have no more interrogation ability over him. Now, that being said, those rules established once more, we move on to the main body of the questions. And first one to start is Cody, the ultimate brony, who simply asks, "Who is worst pony and why?"
Oh my god, how do I answer this question? Because I read the questions beforehand, and I'm like, how do I answer some of these? Who is worst pony? I think that the pony that actually I have issues with the most, and I hate to say this because someone's going to lynch me now, probably Derpy is the one I have the most issues with.
Interesting. Go on.
It is not because of her fandom or even canon. Sorry, not because of her canon representation. I think Hasbro did a very good job trying to diffuse the whole. Like, there was no right answer they could have got. And yet they managed to make it so that they give a representation to Derpy that didn't piss anybody off too much, and yet was in character with her fandom characterization. And so what I find kind of sad about Derpy is that this is an interesting fandom character. They could have gotten a lot more, I wouldn't say positive representation, but like as an author, I like there's certain storylines I like to see from something like this, a fandom character. And yet I've only seen like one or two stories that have decided to take her direction like a really dark, not as dark, but more realistic pathway that makes a lot of sense. One of them I'll mention now is Sisters Do, a very early on story with Derpy, and which suggested that Derpy and Daring Do were sisters. That was a fun one. And actually really interesting, though it had its own flaws, but it was a really cool story that really tried to really take that direction of, okay, this is Derpy, this is her finding characterization, let's go and make it an adventure story and make it amazing. Also, give her agency. Like, that's the one thing I have an issue with Derpy. She,
Right.
As her representation in the fandom, she's kind of like the fandom's darling, but she's never characterized as affecting the world around her. And that kind of disturbs me a bit, because every character I try to make, even the supporting characters, have to have like an influence on the story, and I would prefer if they did. And yet her fandom representation themselves don't really have that type of agency. She's just kind of the cute darling, and it's like, yeah, but she's more than that. And so that kind of annoys me. That's why I say she's the worst pony, not because she's not even a bad character. It's just, or not, especially not in canon. But like the fandom representation is like, why do we just fawn over her without really giving her like a personality?
So it's essentially that the fandom as a whole has kind of squandered her potential.
Oh yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. Sorry, and not to hate on anybody.
I'll agree.
Yeah,
I'll agree completely. Like, I mean, like I never understood the idea of like Derpy necessarily being like like I sort of took issue that the fact that a lot of people actually portrayed her as legitimately retarded. Like,
Oh my
like,
God,
and
that
I'm
was
like,
so-
I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure that's what the show was trying to portray there.
Oh, like they betrayed. I haven't had a good story that portrayed her as legitimately retarded, and then talk about like the problems and the struggles she had to go through being literally retarded. Like,
Okay,
like,
see,
like,
that
mental-
makes sense, but
Yeah.
like it seemed like people were like using her for
Oh my God, yes. Oh God,
slapstick relief, and I'm like, I don't think that's the case. I think she's completely, totally functional pony, but I think because of whether it's eyes or something else, that she's just more clumsy. That's just how I see it. So, yeah.
Sorry, I was just watching the sorry, the artwork. Pardon me. Pardon me, the behind the counter art. Sorry.
I always liked the portrayal that she is Dinky's mother and that she's actually like a really good mom despite her shortcomings.
Oh yeah. Oh, I am gonna drop another fic right here. Room Soldier Dan's The Chronicles of Prince Blue Blood. One of the best like Blue Blood and derpy stories out there. That like takes this idea that derpy is not like a really not necessarily like a normal by the books pony, but like actually gives her like character, and it's really fun. And it makes it charming. It, like seriously, Room Soldier Dan is like one of the best authors. Like, oh, have you interviewed him yet? Totally interviewed him. Anyway, sorry.
Totally fair, but suffice to say, yes, this is a call to action that doesn't matter where we are in the fandom right now. Everyone listening out there, write more quality derpy, please. Please. I'm sorry?
I will gladly read it.
There you go. I did one derpy fic, and that was it. So,
I demand more quality derpy clop fics.
that's essentially all I created. Just one, because I said why not. At any rate, though. So we do have another question from the chat. Who Prime Soaring J. He asks, question: can you think of a song like a theme or anthem that makes you think of Alternia?
Oh wow, that's a. Okay. You clearly have not read my story. Alternia is, in short form for all the people who have not read my story, is
You didn't do the homework, Milk.
yeah, is fair enough. It's like how long? Oh my God, I wrote that 7 years ago. Alternia is AKA Celestia. She's basically in my story. I had it so that 1,000 years ago, when Nightmare Moon and Celestia got into their sister tiff, Nightmare Moon smashed Celestia so hard she was like totally wounded, and so even though Celestia banished Nightmare Moon basically meant kind of doomed Equestria, except shenanigans occurred, and by coincidence, Alternia, Chrysalis's sister, got not to say overthrown, like she got caught up in a coup, got teleported to exactly where the sisters' castle was, and then the two sisters were like, "Crap, we both failed." But Celestia was like, "Hold on a second, why don't you raise the sun? Because you can get all the love, and then you can raise the sun. Because I cannot stay alive. I'm gonna go hibernate for 1,000 years to recover." And so Alternia takes over and becomes Celestia. Yeah, and she rules Equestria for about 1,000 years until times, and the royal wedding occurs. And so that's the premise of my story. And the whole story starts off when, hey, surprise, love bubble smashes Alternia in the face, and she's revealed as a changeling. And she has to convince everybody that I'm a changeling, but I've also been Celestia all this time. So yeah, that's the premise of my story, and that's who Alternia is. So okay, back to the theme of story. Oh my God, theme of story. Who's Alternia? Hold on a second. Let me quickly YouTube something, and I'll quickly put it in the chat so that they can actually. I think it was Colin Maestro a long time ago who wrote this theme for Twilight that I really kept identifying with Alternia for some reason. Twilight. This one. Where is it? Where's it? Not Colin Maestro. Okay, I forgot one. I remember a long time ago I read a piece of music. that I was like, oh damn, this is like alternative theme. But it was like a pony crane music. And it was based off the when Celestia was crowning Twilight and making her ascend into Alicorn.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one. Except I can't remember for the love of me who actually did that music. I just like downloaded it off of YouTube, saved it into my iPhone, and I have no idea what's it called. And so that would probably be that theme. Ah, there it is. Oh, it's by Melodic Pony. Okay, next one. Here it is. I will post it in chat. Can I post it in Twitch chat, or should I post it in like background chat?
Either.
I say
Alright.
either is good. Yeah.
Yeah, if you put
There
it
you
behind
go.
the counter, I can copy it into Twitch chat.
Oh well. No, there you go. Yeah, I'll
Or
put it.
the other way around. I can-
Oops, I did the other way up. There you go. That's the theme I think I was going. Did we skip a question in Twitch chat, by the way? I think Riddle of Lightning had a question for him. Does Ren have an OC?
We didn't get to that one, but yeah, there you go.
Do I have an OC? Actually, I did, and then I didn't. So a lot. No, like I didn't see the point. I'm just Ren. I had this post OC that was like, yeah, but I didn't actually ever use it, and I didn't really identify with it, so I just ended up with I'm Ren. Here I am. I write Princess Celestia Chain Green, and so I don't have an OC. I guess if you can say this, identify Ren as me.
I'm not so certain if he's asking like, is he asking if it's like almost like a pony sona or something like that, or
I'm not sure actually.
oh, right.
So if you had to draw something, give me yeah. Yeah, well, alternative. Yeah,
There
pretty
you
much.
go.
There you go. Alternative. Yeah. Although it'd be fun if you draw her with two little changelings, Mirage and Kyria, who are my news story, which you should totally read. Yeah, that's a big job.
I blinked and he did it already. There it is.
Oh my god,
Yep, there it is. Give me some love. Ha
that's great. Good damn it.
freaking amazing. Sorry. What's the next question?
The next question, well, that's all Cody the Ultimate Brony had. And now we got the other guy who simply asks, how does this make you feel? And it's loading up and behind the counter right
How
now.
does this make you feel? I don't even. How could?
Thanks, I hate it.
Sigh. How does that make me feel?
The second one looks like they're hiding from a domestic incident.
You know what? That is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a G3 pony, to be honest, the first one. And the second one reminds me of hiding behind a domestic incident. And that's way too real because like just my job, it's related to child protection. So it's like well yeah. Yeah,
Big
seriously.
Mac's hitting Sugar Bell again. Which Granny Smith is she hitting Big Mac? There's a story right there.
Granny Smith ate my pie.
Oh god.
Did Granny Smith kill the parents to make an example out of them?
Oh stop, that's dark.
Granny
Oh, God,
Smith
that's
drinks
dark.
and she becomes completely.
Now here's
That's
what
a
happens
story.
when you eat a pig.
That's a story all by itself. What really
my
happened
God.
to Applejack's
She
parents?
orchestrated the accident. Like,
You know what's a
Like,
really weird creepy...
Out in public, Granny Smith is the sweetest, but in private, she's a fucking bat out of hell.
You know, there's such a really creepy theme in pony literature, in pony fandom literature, that Applejack gave birth to Apple Bloom. Because
I've heard
I-
some stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen some of that.
yeah, that I mean, it's Applejack and Apple Bloom, not Rarity and Sweetie Belle. The interesting thing with Rarity and Sweetie Belle is that it suggests that a Rarity or Sweetie Belle were adopted. That's a theme in pony literature. I think I can't remember where I read that. It was weird. It's interesting, the fandom particularly. Anyway, I think we better get to questions before I go off a tangent about like pony fandom trends, because I just did a presentation in January on it at a convention. That's why I've been thinking of all these trends recently. So sorry about that.
Oh, no
like-
worries, we still got time.
For like the longest time, I assumed with a bunch of other people that Fluttershy was Scootaloo's mother.
You know what?
I have not heard
That was a I've had. Oh my god, that's a lot.
Because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
correlation there was that Fluttershy is a weak flyer and she passed her terrible non-flying genes down to Scootaloo.
Oh yeah, I remember reading something like that. But then she left school because it was like an out of wedlock, and then there was that whole creepy aspect to it because because I think the story that I read it was implied it was not entirely consensual, and that was like what.
I remember a story like that as well. It was it ends really nicely, but like the whole build up to the whole situation is just like, oh my god, what the.
There was this one video I saw someone made where like Rainbow Dash is like consoling pregnant Fluttershy, and she's like, he's not coming back, right? Are you just gonna raise this kid by yourself?
I remember that. Holy crap! I skipped my brain.
Jesus.
Jesus, indeed. Okay.
Palpatine is not coming back. Oh.
Palpatine.
Palpatine? Seriously? Oh god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ, my life.
God. Alright, moving on then. We move on to questions from RK Striker JK5. 3 questions from him. First one being, what is your favorite non-MLP franchise?
Oh, wow. Hold on. I haven't had a lot. Like a franchise is like a fandom, or like a franchise isn't just a thing I really keep going back to. Okay, so I have 2 actually. So first of all, as a book that I keep recommending people to read because he does not get enough attention. An Australian author known as Garth Nix wrote a series called the Old Kingdom series. It's basically about necromancers with bells, but they're good necromancers. And this is basically a family of necromancers who has to keep the dead, not alive. Shenanigans occur. Lots of dark imagery. He's a great atmospheric writer. Seriously, read him. And he's got like some of the most diverse and strong. Like, you can tell I really like my strong female characters, but he actually has like a lot of variety in the strength of his female characters and male characters actually that you do not see often in fiction. So you really like. I always recommend him. To anybody who says, I want a new fantasy book. Yeah, read him. So yeah, read him first and then figure it out. The other one I really like the other franchise I really like, and I kind of for some reason keep returning to. I have my Star Trek. I like Star Trek. I like my Star Wars. Star Trek more than Star Wars most of the time. Mm-hmm. And then for a long time I was a fan of Tamora Pierce's fantasy works.
Okay.
Yeah, strong female characters. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Yeah, strong female characters. All that stuff, but she has like a lot of fan fiction that's actually really good fan fiction. Yeah, nice. So that fandom, has a lot of very good fan fiction. So I keep reading a lot of them. So yeah, and so yeah, those are the franchises I really like. Yeah, and I keep returning to. That's the thing. The ones I keep returning to are like Star Wars, Star Trek. Star Wars, I have a love-hate relationship with Star Wars.
I think we all do by this point.
Yeah. Oh, and the other one I do return to, I have a lot of anime I watch. I used to watch a lot of anime, and I used to write. I actually wrote a Fate Stay Night fanfiction a while ago, but I just kind of I crossed over Fate Stay Night with Lord of the Rings.
Interesting.
No.
Yes, I did. I threw Saber into Lord of the Rings, and I was like, let's see what happens. And then I shipped her with Boromir. Because
wow.
Her, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shiro would be a total wife for Boromir. I'm just gonna say it right now. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, yes. Yeah, so that was a more well received one I wrote for and Redwall, yeah, that was the earliest fandom I ever liked. And I did write a fanfiction with that. That was so bad. It was a Mary Sue. Don't read it. For the love of God. Yeah. So yeah, those are I do a lot. I dabble in a lot of franchises, but I keep returning to Pony.
Very nice. Very nice. So then, in that case, we move on to the next question. Number 2, have you ever done anything for a non-MLP franchise? And I think you answered that first.
Yeah. The third one is question. The third one is one I have no context for. It's were you the one to shoot J.R. Ewing? No. I have no idea.
So the answer to that is no, and this looks like this is some pop culture bullshit.
I don't even
know. It's all pop culture memes. So in which case, I don't know the context. So, Alrighty, then that goes.
Yeah.
Does it for
By the way,
RJ.
sorry about that. If you are in the chat, totally read RJ Striker's works because like he's a great guy and like he has a really fun Star Trek one that I really liked. Totally read it. Yeah. Hint.
Oh, he's a cool person.
Oh yes. All right. Then, in which case, we move on to the next one. We have Wanderer D, the man, the myth, the legend, who asks, number 1, what is the most important lesson you've learned about co-writing?
Putting your foot down, for the love of God.
God, that's great.
Putting your foot down. No, because my second book in the Princess Celestia Changing was written with my co-author Zerzio, and he's a great guy. But I feel like sometimes, not because it was a bad idea, but because I wasn't at the level at the time to execute the idea properly, and I hadn't. Basically, the co-authorship has this weird thing where you know something's wrong, but you don't know. Like you have a situation where you know something's wrong, but you don't know how to describe it to your co-author, so you decide to go ahead with it anyway. And then you realize once you finish publishing it that, oh crap. Yeah, that was yeah. And so you could do two things. You could either double down, which is what I did, or you accept that you made a mistake. I can only accept now that there are certain things, like that book was a hard thing to write. Like, oh my god, the comment section went to hell. Like, yeah, the sequel to Princess Celestia Chain and Queen, the comment section went to hell. Not that I blame them, but I kind of do because I feel like they also missed things that are kind of obvious. It's a weird. I've accepted the fact that I could have done things better if I put my foot down on certain decisions that were made and said we need to reconsider this, and not because it was a bad idea, but I wasn't at the level to execute the idea properly.
Right.
The co-authorship went by. He came up with an idea. I was like, okay, yeah, let's merge this idea, and I'm going to write it because I'm a better writer. So if it was like not to divide the roles, but I was the one who was actually writing the dialogue most of the time and writing the exposition as well. And he was the one who provided the ideas for the villain, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then, but part of it was like, okay, yeah, but you're coming with this idea. I think it's a cool idea. Some parts of me feel like it's a bit too weird for my taste, but I'm like, you know what? That's a cool idea. I should have put my foot down on certain things.
Totally.
Not that, and again, this is if he's watching this, I'm like, no, dude. At the time I was fully on board. It was just more like a niggling thing in my head that I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about this, and I should have put my foot down and said, no, wait, hold on a second. We need to think about actually how to do this. Yeah,
it's always interesting also seeing two distinct ways of writing, how they mesh and mingle together in a particular chapter.
Yeah, so the mingling of writing styles wasn't so hard because I was actually doing most of the writing. But it was like the mingling of the words, the worlds and the ideas that we were bringing, because he was a fan of the Cthulhu and then Lovecraftian stuff, which is why the second book got so dark.
Gotcha.
And understandably, I didn't know it very well, but I thought it was a cool idea. Even though part of me was like, I'm not entirely sure about it. And I should have said, no, it's not, that's my fault. I should have said, no, I feel like we need to not saying don't do it, but like figure out how to do it an easy audience in. I feel like I needed like 10 more chapters to that book. Even though it was already that long. I think I needed about 10 more chapters to cover shit.
Right.
So yeah.
The director's cut of the book. That's what you need.
Yeah.
The director's uncut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or more like the director's lack of addition. It's like I basically wrote. It's basically like I wrote Justice League, but I cut like the first half of the explanation about. Actually, I didn't watch Justice League, so that's not a good example. It's like I watched. It's like it was like a movie, but you forgot the part to establish why the villain is not just a typical villain. And I wish I should have, and I didn't plan for that.
Well, if it's confusing, that means it's deep, and therefore it's good.
Oh, I wish. Unfortunately, it wasn't confusing enough.
That's my maxim when I write. Yeah.
It was not confusing enough, unfortunately. So, yeah, people really got pissed off at that. Not necessarily for like all the best reasons. Again, this is not. I have come to my peace with that. It's like there are certain things I could have put my foot down, but I only know that to do it now.
Yeah.
In hindsight, that I should have put my foot down because back then I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. Totally.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was unavoidable. It was totally unavoidable. So I was like, well. So yeah, again, Zerv, if you're watching this, I'm not ratting on you. I'm just like, if I was like me now, going back a few years, I'd be like, yeah, I should have put my foot down. But I'm like, nah. But at the time, even I wouldn't have figured out. I would not have figured out that I should have put my foot down. So yeah, but still, most important lesson: put your foot down when you have to.
Perfect. I agree 100%. And on kind of the same question, but editing. What have you learned about editing that is important?
I learned something that's completely weird. That's in opposition to my last piece of advice.
Go on.
You got to be simultaneously flexible and completely confident in yourself with editing. When especially taking editing criticism, you gotta be confident enough to know that you know your story the best. But you gotta be flexible enough to understand and pick at someone to get their why did they say that piece of criticism. Like 1VD is like an amazing pre-reader. He was the pre-reader for my latest entry in the whole Changing Queen series. And he's good because he explains exactly what, why should I make this change? But there are other people who don't. And as an author, you gotta basically say, okay, but why are you saying it? And try to draw it out from them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's initially why I worked with Zerpio for such a long time, because he was good at like explaining why you should make that criticism. And I can ask him, and I can eventually very quickly draw it out. Oh, sorry, why should I make this change? And that's why we worked together for quite a long time on like stuff. And then we had but at the same time, you gotta be flexible, because if you're not flexible, you aren't gonna be able to make changes, except that you made a mistake.
Oh, no, totally.
Yeah, the chapter I just posted. Yeah, the chapter I posted for A Question of Changing Princesses and the Kinsbane, which I posted. I linked it to a post where I'm basically talked about. Basically, one of my chapters in my most recent story, I had to completely rewrite it. Like, I tossed the entire thing out, like a good 2,500 words out, and was like completely rewrote it, because 1DD was like, "This is not gonna work," and I'm like, "Really? You know what? Let's write it according to what you think." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes it so much more obvious." Yeah, new scene is better. New scene is better. And so yeah, that's what happened. Thanks for teaching me that. Yeah, thanks for teaching me that, Wandy. There's a bunch of stuff that I've learned from like the other authors in general, just interacting with other authors and writing with them.
Mm-hmm.
So from not just Wandy, but like a bunch of people who the community is great in fan fiction. I mean, there's always like your oddballs, your bad apples, but the community is great. Like every author is like super friendly, because we're all human and we have our own lives, but like we're actually like actual people, so you can totally ask us things. Mm-hmm. Like don't like badger us, but like I know you like Flamin. You have a pretty good following. You know that people are like, "Oh my god, how you do so well?" And we're like, we're just blokes and people or girls who just write, right? So
pretty much, I stopped caring once I hit 1,000. Then much I can. Let's see if I can lose them all now.
Oh my!
And then lo and behold, they just kept coming. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar. I have about 100 followers, and I stopped caring about it. I'm so famous, but I just don't really care, guys.
Don't really care.
I don't care about the peasant.
I have half a follower.
How do you get half followers? How do you hustle on fanfiction metrics?
He was in a horrible accident. Hence why he's reading my stories.
I heard he's all right now.
That was an unexpected direction.
Milk. God damn it. Fucking dick. With that, we're moving on to Alex _ questions, and since this little guy happens to be right here, Alex, you want to ask your you cool cat want to ask your questions?
Oh god, I think a lot of them are sort of nonsense. I asked them, hoping someone else does.
Don't worry, I've run an A before. I'm good with handling nonsense questions.
Okay.
Do it.
Number 1, What is red and delicious?
You want a rude answer, or you want a pornographic answer, or do you want a SFW answer?
Surprise us.
Yeah.
You're hot.
Oh.
Well, at least the Aztecs would definitely think so. Ha.
Wait a minute. Wait a contradicting minute. Why I wanna.
Sorry?
No, I just got that for a second. I'm like, you're hard. Oh, that. Wait a minute.
Aztecs. Sorry, this is what happens when this is what happens when you're historic. You know way too much weird shit.
There you go. Go on,
Okay,
Alex.
next one.
Okay, yeah. Number 2. Can you think of some unorthodox uses for balloons? That's one there.
Anything that the slow-mo guys do.
Ooh, what do they do with balloons?
Oh my god, you have not seen the slow-mo guys.
Well, film them in slow motion, I assume.
They crawl into okay, they did a one episode where they crawl and the guy crawled into the water balloon and they filled it with water until it popped.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they filmed it
I think I
Yeah.
vaguely remember this. Didn't they put like fucking 20 gallons or some
Yup.
ludicrous number?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like they got one of those real big stretchy ones, so he crawled in, sat there, and they just filled
Yep.
it with a garden hose until it exploded. It was like 40
Oh my
What
god,
I-
that
what-
sounds really erotic.
What I want to see them do in slow motion is they get a bicycle pump and a gynecologist and a very brave woman, and then
Right.
and then once she explodes,
What?
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 use your imaginations. Gynecologist, bicycle pump, very brave woman.
Is
But
this...
why would it? That's not brave woman. That's suicidal.
So she drives a bicycle with a flat tire.
How do you go from there to that?
To
Like,
explosions.
is she a clown woman where she gets like 30 rags inside of her and then pulls them out all tied? Like
I don't. That's what I'm like.
Once her stomach explodes, we'll play that in slow motion.
I'm
right.
dead.
Enigma, we're gonna have a chat. Are you okay, Mike?
Oh,
You
I'm
all
just.
right over there?
My brain just died.
But will it blend?
We definitely
What?
window into enigmas.
Alex, ask your next fucking Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, what's the
Jesus
question? This just as non-sexual. What's the worst thing you've ever had in your mouth?
Grass.
Fair enough. More, or did
I
you
was a kid-
cook it
I was a
somehow?
kid. No, I think either that or it possibly could have been dog poop. Because okay, what? Long story short.
I think definitely dog poo is leading at the moment.
Well, the problem is. Well, no, the problem is I don't know. I only know by apocryphal knowledge because.
What, were you
when I was-
asleep?
No, I was a kid. I was like a baby, like a toddler, who stuffed grass into his mouth and somehow got hand disease.
Right.
Which is basically how you get it. But the only way to get it is if you like stuff like dog poop into your mouth, or something. Or you have to stuff something really, really like bad into your mouth to get hand, foot, mouth disease as a kid. It's the
Yeah.
stuff that cows get.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I got it. So it must have been dog poop or
I was
tainted by
going to
dog poop.
say, all sex on farm animals. That's how I got it.
No, stop. I remember I was a kid when that happened, so let's not even go there.
Fair enough. No, yeah, dog poo definitely wins. Number 4, how was January? Seeing as we're now into the month number 2.
Extremely exhausting. Just exhausting. I've been.
Ooh.
I private tutor basically, and so yeah, I've been tutoring for every day after work. Got an extra
Shooting
cash.
like crazy. You're just.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy with work and just stuff. I mean, and writing, and also, but exciting because I just came up with a nice idea for an. I actually think I can finish this time instead of the epic that sort of just died at 200,000 words, and I can't figure out where to go take it from there. Yeah.
What's the idea?
The idea was, it's a play on, the whole isekai. Hey, yeah, that's right. This is what you want. It's an isekai play with. So basically, MC with her class defeated the Demon King. 6 years after they were summoned, by the summoner system. Except she decides to stay because going home equals going home to abusive mother, and she's like, no, I'm not going home to abusive mother. And then, of course, she's like, I just want to study magic with my mentor and just be chill and just have a nice peaceful life. Except the king of the human country is like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna make you have to administer / govern the ruined land that the Demon King used to own. And by the way, you're the one who killed him too, right? So have fun.
Right.
Story start.
So what they need is some sort of fantasy Marshall Plan to
Yup. Except, or basically talk to a lot of demons / monsters / the typical fantasy creatures. Oh, have I mentioned that she's an introvert?
Oh my god. Not the mythical creature known as the introvert.
Yep, and shenanigans will occur. That's it.
Oh, that sounds quite interesting.
Yes, it is. But the thing is, I have to, this is one I can actually finish. Probably. Hopefully. You never know. You never know, man. You never know.
Oh, well. There you go. It's a good January then, sort of. Okay, number five. What, in your expert opinion, is the best sandwich filling?
Egg salad. Enough said.
Enough said. Okay, number 6. Why egg salad? Have you got some sort of...
I just really like egg salad. I just really like egg salad.
There's no memory there.
No, just I really like egg salad.
Not your mother used to make... before she died, she used to make egg salad.
No. Just, I really like egg salad. And more because my mother doesn't like cold cut. And she doesn't let me use cold cut. So what's the best thing? Egg salad.
Wow. There you go. There's definitely some emotion there.
Whatever. I like egg salad. It's fine.
Number 6. Kill, fuck, marry between Diamond Tiara, 17 bees, and a chicken.
You know, Diamond Tiara is a filly or Diamond Tiara is just normal?
Oh, definitely as a filly.
Oh god, fucking Christ!
Fucking Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Fucking Christ!
That is normal, isn't it, for the show?
But
17 bees are looking quite good right now.
Kill the 17 bees because I have a fear of bees.
Do you have a fear of sex with children, though? I mean, that's...
I'm not sure what it...
Alex, I misheard you. Alex, it sounded like you said, do you have a fear of sexy children?
Can I tell you fuck the I would say fuck the chicken simply because fucking children disgust me. Okay? And Mary Diamond.
Yes, a man of principles right here.
I would rather squeeze my dick into a chicken. Child.
I mean, to be fair,
I'm
it would
standing by
probably
that.
be a lot better and slightly funnier to be called a chicken fucker instead of, fucking... So, all right, I like that. Go on, Alex.
Well, marrying a child is only slightly better.
Yeah, no, that's
true, actually.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, okay, let's go with that because there's no other right answer.
You answered that as well as you could. All right, number 7, finally. What are your thoughts on the name Norman? Asking for a friend.
It's a fine name. Also keeps making me think of Norman knights, conquering the world in 1000s.
Me too.
It makes me think of Norman of the North.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on the name Norman. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
There you go. I'll let him know, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
I survived that. I think I survived that one. I survived that one.
We move over to Seton, who asks 1. What is your favorite meal, snack, or foodstuff that is really unhealthy but so friggin' delicious?
There are a lot. Everything's unhealthy to me these days because I'm trying to wait. I guess the one really unhealthy one is this is a Chinese dish though. You're not gonna know it. Braised pork belly with preserved vegetables and soy sauce. It's like, oh my god, it's just basically the pork is so soft that it melts in your mouth. But it's pork belly, right? So it has to have fat on it. And so therefore it's like totally unhealthy, but it's just so freaking delicious. Like, and I can say this because, and unfortunately you're not gonna recognize this because I'm Asian, and so I eat a lot of Asian food. So yeah, but like search braised pork belly with preserved vegetables online, and then you find a picture that you could totally see why. It's just sinful.
Right. Okay. Certainly one of the more unique ones we've had. That's for sure. For me, it's just tendies. It's just give me just all the tendies.
Fair enough.
So Number 2.
What is tendies? What is tendies though? Oh yeah. Makes sense.
We just call them tendies for the meat, for the maymays. Yes. So number 2, what is the biggest or weirdest fear you have? Now this I'm looking forward
to. Biggest fear?
Or weirdest? Anyone that stands out in your mind.
I guess the biggest one would be fear of making nothing of yourself.
Right. That's pretty meta and very large fear. Yeah, I can totally get that.
The literal fear of like you make nothing of your life even though your parents, like my parents are great, so making nothing of your life even though they give you such opportunity is like really scary.
Gotcha. No, I totally get it. What was the one? Coffin wasps?
No, bees. No, that would be bees. Yeah, bees. Because the story associated with it is really funny. A bee flew into my ear one day when I was a kid, and I remember because I was riding a tricycle, and it just died there. It didn't sting me. Like my mother checked, she was freaked out, and we checked, and she was like, "No, it just died there." They plucked it out with like a forceps, and it just died there. It was so weird because nothing happened, and yet it was like after that, when there was like a bee near me, I would always cover my ear. So traumatized. Like never again would I want something to fly into my ear. Like that is a weird. It's not weird. It's rational when I explain it, but when I explain it to people, they're like, "Wait, what? Why are you afraid of bees? And why are you afraid of them flying to your ear?" Yeah, that's why.
That's a scary thought. A little bug crawls in your ear and anything. Worse even that it's a bee and could potentially like sting you and shit.
Oh no, it wasn't even a small bee. It was just like it was a freaking fuzzy bumblebee.
It was trying to start its family's mausoleum in your ear hole.
Oh god.
It's like those medical shows where that person comes in and like a spider made its way to her ear and is refusing to come out. It's just sitting back there like, "Come and get me."
Oh god.
And you can feel all of its movements and shit.
Oh
like,
god.
Good lord.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, number 3. Oh, jeez, this fucking question. Why is bagged milk the best milk?
Because it's cheap. Enough said. Well, yeah, I was a student back in East Canada when I was doing my masters, and I was living alone. So keeping costs down. Just take the bus to the local mart, grab like bags of milk, stick it in my bag, and just go back home. And it's cheap. Like, yeah, it's the cheapest thing you can get, bagged milk.
Right, but why not just put the milk in the goddamn?
Yeah.
Well,
if you're willing to degrade yourself that much, why not just get it straight out the tea? Surely that.
There was actually no option back east in East Canada when I was like studying there. There was no option. There was fucking.
This is kind of the meme. Ask this questions because Canada does it weird. Here in the States, it's just you get a plastic carton of milk. Whereas in Canada, the traditional way to do it is you get the bagged milk there, you put it in the milk jug, and just snip the tip of the edge of the bag, and then pour it out there, which completely defeats the purpose. And it's just like, why not just get a carton? And that's why at Pencil we're here.
You know what's a weird part? You know what the weird part is? I think it's just as weird as you are because I'm from a part of Canada where we don't have bagged milk.
Right.
And it's so weird. It's like. I went back east and I'm like, what the hell? Also, there's so much rye bread back east. I'm like, why do they only eat rye bread?
I can't get on with that. I need sourdough.
I just like white. I like a variety of breads. I love to eat. Well, there's a cook. So anyway, so yeah, I have back milk. The only explanation I can find is it's cheap.
There you go. Totally fair. Number 4. What is your one annoying habit?
You mean the habit that annoys me the most, or my annoying habit?
I'd say either or. Something that you do that annoys the shit out of you personally, or something that that other people find annoying. I'd say
one thing that
one of those suffices.
Yeah. Okay. So I have definitely one. My mom complains about me talking fast, which fair enough. The other one that she keeps complaining, like my family keeps complaining about, is that somehow when I'm eating, I make these humming noises. But
my god, I get that too. I fucking get that too.
But nobody hears it, right? And you can't hear it. It's so weird.
I'm not aware of it. I'm not aware of it at all.
I know. I keep telling her, what do you mean? Are you blind? Are you hallucinating? If she wasn't so consistent, I would think she's hallucinating. it's so weird. Like, apparently that's a habit that annoys people. I'm like, I never hear it. I don't know. So yeah, and the habit that annoys me the most. Not really habit. Just I'm annoyed by hypocrites. I think that's not exactly even a weird one. Just I'm annoyed by hypocrites. Though to be fair, I also think that everybody is a hypocrite in some way at some point in time. So, oh well, you never know.
Fair. And number 5. What is the theme song for your sex life?
I have a very witty answer here. The sound of silence.
Beautiful.
I think we've heard that a lot.
No, we've had One is the Loneliest Number. Yeah, we do. We've had that a lot.
I wonder if a song that says my left hand is my best friend.
We had Beat It before. That was.
Yeah, we've had Beat It. We've had Beat It.
So you're a lefty, eh?
No further comment. Take it what you will.
There you go. And let's see. Number 6. You watch anime by chance, and if so, what are your favorite?
Yojo Senki. Used to really like Naruto. Used to like Bleach. Violet Evergarden is amazing, by the way. Totally watch it. It's beautiful. Anything by pretty much everything by Studio Ghibli. I have not unfortunately watched Durarara. I've heard of it, haven't watched it. What else? I read a lot more manga these days because it's just easier to read manga than watch anime. The most recent anime I've watched was Violet Evergarden and Yojo Senki. Not necessarily in that order, but those were I really like those two. But most of the time I'm reading a lot of manga, like Kingdom. Kingdom. A lot of isekai manga. Slime. I got turned into slime. I think that time I got turned into slime. Yeah, definitely. And some other ones, some more obscure ones. So yeah, I really I read a lot of manga, and I used to watch a lot of anime. Inuyasha used to be one of my favorites until it got. UST is good feel, but Rumiko Takahashi uses way too much of it. Oh, and I used to really like Rurouni Kenshin until I started feeling guilty about it because its author was a pedophile. So, yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
Watsuki Nobuhiro was prosecuted for having, not a pedophile, sorry, but he had child pornography in his stash. Which is to our next question, by the way. So let's move on because that was creepy as fuck to find out. So, yeah.
Hang on, you married Diamond Tiara, though, so...
Oh, Jesus.
The levels there.
Fuck off. Oh, God. And 7. Just how big is your porn stash? Give us gigabytes.
Actually, I don't keep one. This is not to say I've not produced porn. It's just I don't keep one.
You don't save it, per se. You just go look up what you need and then...
No further comment because I'm worried my parents won't get a hang.
It's all on the cloud, is what you...
No comment. No comment. Actually, no comment for the sake of my, for the sake of just making sure that nobody finds us online. Yeah, no comment on that one.
Understood. And finally, last question from Seton. Number 8. Who is your waifu or husbando and why are they shit? And note this can be from any fandom.
You mean why are they the shit or why are they shit?
Why are they shit?
I don't... here's a weird thing. I told you I watch a lot of anime and manga. Identified enough with one character to think of them as my waifu. It'd be nice to marry this person, but it's more fun to ship them with someone else.
Interesting.
I have my own... I have my own ideas on what I want a girlfriend to be. Hell, I would like to marry some of my own the characters I created, but it's more fun to ship them with a funny love, a nice love interest. I feel a lot more satisfied with that. I don't know. I feel like if love creeps up on me, it's gonna take me by surprise.
Right.
Not far behind though. No, I'm not into that stuff.
Surprise
anyway.
about love.
Yeah. Anyway. So I feel like I don't actually have a wife or husband, and why they shit? It's possibly because I think that maybe it's because my subconscious thinks that the idea of a waifu is shit. that's why I think that might be why not consciously, but like I think subconsciously, I think the idea of a waifu is shit because you can never actually have them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's shit. That's actually shit. And so that
actually
sucks.
like that. I actually like that. That's true.
So
Totally.
yeah, no eternal. I've had enough eternal pining in my life. Like no, seriously, I've had enough eternal pining in my life. No, thank you.
Sounds good. Alrighty, and with the end of sentence questions, we'll do our midcast shill. This is the ad that we do every time. And this is here to let y'all know this is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Never mind. No, not at all. So, Alex, please post the links, but no. Hey,
Go to
Milk.
his website. Go to
Fuck,
the...
what,
I'll meet
Flam?
another guy. Fuck
Milk.
What, Flam?
Hey, Milk.
Do you like horses?
I love horses.
I don't, but why? But why not? But why not? If you like our show, you donate to our Patreon or anything like that, and we goes direct to a horse. His name is Lil Bit, and he's awesome. We sponsor him from Red Wings Horse Sanctuary.
Does he
Any
get
profit
the
from either
money
ad views, things that are donated to us, or anything, it all goes to him. We do not spend it on hookers or blow. It only goes to hookers and blow for Lil Bit. He's a cutie patootie, and it goes towards his weekly hand jobs at Red Wings Horse Sanctuary. Alex, I'm sure you posted the links there, so if you like, consider donating
the website
there.
is not, website doesn't appear to be working. Someone in chat is actually right. It doesn't.
Oh, son of a bitch. Well, you know what?
Damn it, Chris. Let me fund the direct page. I just posted it out.
Damn it.
Because it's in my
Well,
favourites,
that doesn't work in this case. This is sponsored by Skillshare. No, actually, because the website's not if the website's not working, then shit, who's the website creator?
Priest.
Fucking.
The Barcast.net. He's too busy getting his rocks off to get his. That's it. It doesn't work for me.
All right. Well, maybe it's because you're a Brit bomb, and yeah, fucking. You need,
hang on.
You need your internet license.
Oh, hang on. Embarrassingly, the other guy's link appears to work, but mine doesn't.
Right. Well, there you go. At
Fucking...
Barcast, go to Red Wings Horse Sanctuary. Don't deny a horse's monthly hand job. All right. Moving on to Short Skirts and Explosions, the myth and the legend.
Oh my god.
He simply asks you, what doth life?
Life is trying not to screw up. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much how you can sum it up. And there's a lot of pressure, and yeah, you guess because we only got one, right?
There you go. I like it. That's all he's got. Next person right in line is Chad the Lad, who has a fantastic name, I must add. And he says, here's a random assortment of questions for you. Number 1, Star Wars or no? If so, favorite movie?
Star Wars, yes. Favorite movie? I like everything from 1 to 6 is pretty good. I do like 8. Rogue One is great. I haven't seen Solo yet. I have not seen 8 yet. Have seen 9. Yeah. No, less said about it, better. Less than I say about it, the better.
Yeah, right.
Just I got complicated feelings about Star Wars.
Yeah, if I had to say if any of the more recent films being good, I'd have to say Rogue One was actually kind of a diamond in the rough for it all.
Yeah, and the scary thing was at the beginning was actually not very great, but then apparently they had to do so many reshoots, and then cutting for it to make it work. It was a Kathleen. Like the one thing I can applaud Kathleen Kennedy for is that apparently she and someone else went through Rogue One and recut the whole bloody thing, because like what they had in the start was just not making a lot of sense, and so they went and recut everything. Apparently, so anyway.
Wow, that's a shocker.
Yeah, that was a shocker. It's a shocker when I found it. I was like, no way. Yes. What? It's a shocker. So, yes. So I guess, yeah, I do have a soft spot for prequels. Like I wouldn't say, oh, you know what? Not the favorite movie. Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
There you go. That's always going to be a favorite. Now are we talking about the series or like the 5-minute shorts that we'd wake up to when we were kids?
What are you freaking talking? Oh no, the Filoni one, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, number 2, video games or no? If so, what's your favorite?
I'm a PC gamer, so I'm not sure what you mean by video game. Like, does PC games count as video games?
Of course.
Okay, yes, then PC gamers. PC gamers for the win. I love a lot of strategy games. Total War series. I was talking to Milk, I think, or something. Like, I was talking to one. I wasn't watching the chat.
You were talking to me.
Yeah, about Stellaris. Paradox games, quite like them. Hate the DLC policy, quite like the games. Yeah, I play a lot of strategy games, and so what? I don't like RPGs. Not because I mainly never really got to play them. Like my first game was StarCraft. I think StarCraft was like my first really true video game. But then my interest stemmed from StarCraft and then other derivatives of strategy, the strategy genre.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Cool.
And then for favorites, not really a favorite per se, just ones I kind of just cycle in and out because I try not to buy new games and I just cycle my current games out in and out. No, I'm a cheapskate.
Perfect.
To be fair, PC gaming is like super expensive.
It is. I mean, so totally. Number 3, do you have a favorite dad joke?
None of them. Just none of them.
Go.
Just like I love my dad, but like no.
My sentiments exactly. Number 4, favorite color?
Blue, black, and blue and black, I guess. I don't like. I think all colors have their place, especially when as a writer, I've been using a lot more colors to try to like not obviously color code my characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been using like just playing with different colors and stuff like just designs. I mean, and this is gonna be weird, but the favorite thing I like to do with my character, it's not so much applied to Pony, but a lot of my human characters, I like to play dress up. Not like an app, but when I describe them, I always like, okay, what's their outfit? Oh yeah, they need to have this historical outfit. Oh, by the way, this is and I go into this huge research dive into. I dive into all the. Oh, so this is the underwear they wore. Holy crap! What? And yeah, this is what happens when you did the masters in history. You want to find out everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
You do not want to know about contraception back in the medieval era.
Oh, I actually did read a few things like eye-opening to say the least.
Yeah, let's say the least. Anyway, moving on.
Righto. Number 5. What's your favorite music genre?
I have ones I don't like. I don't like modern pop. But I end up listening to a lot of film soundtracks.
Yeah, good like film score is always fantastic.
Like The Witcher. Recently, it's been Toss a Coin to Your Witcher has been on my playlist a lot. I like covers. I like a lot of covers. I like English translated covers of anime's opening songs. I like. So I guess you can say rock. That type of rock, that type of rock, or that type of pop I like, but not like modern pop like Justin Bieber. That stuff was like. I mean, not that. Okay, here's the thing. I used to hate Justin Bieber, but I'm like, you know what? He did a good job. Like he put his work in. So I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm just saying I don't like his style of music.
Fair, totally fair.
Yeah.
Radio. And all right, we're going slightly controversial and cancerous here. What's your current favorite meme?
What meme? Sorry, what is a meme? Sorry, I don't follow current favorite memes. I just use GIFs I just laugh at GIFs when I see them. I don't have any one I really liked a long time ago was the Picard facepalm because Patrick Stewart just does it so well.
That's always classic.
Because
here today.
You mean a meme? What's your favorite meme?
Your meme? Fucking goddamn it!
Goddammit.
Fucking me and the boys talking about memes.
Meme is a great Full Metal Alchemist character, by the way. Anyway.
Alrighty. Now, the age-old question: cat burbs or fish burbs?
Explain to me what's a burb.
Now, burb is just a cutesy shitposty way of saying bird. So, just like, so a catbird, I'm going to assume that's a griffin, or fish birds, I'm going to assume those are the hippogriffs that fucking.
Oh, I don't have a preference really. But but I can say, and I'm gonna name drop another fandom community here because I'd love to do that. Equestria at War, Hearts of Iron 4 mod for that turns World War II nation into My Little Pony.
I remember researching into that. Actually, I started just looking into that one. To me, I'm like, wow, this is actually very in depth.
Oh, you have no idea. I
actually put work into this.
Yeah, I wrote. I did a bit of like literature writing, like lore writing for it, and all I was writing was marriage plotline. Sorry, not marriage plot. It's a courtship plotline for a griffin for a catbird, and it was great. I didn't like it was like a little very minor thing I did. But I want to help out more, but I'm like I have my other stuff to do, so I'm like I try to help out, but like I'm gonna name drop them all I can because the only reason you want to get Hearts of Iron like that World War II simulator is because you get that mod, pretty much. Like seriously, I go back to that mod. It has like 20 minor nations that each have their own storyline. Christ, it's amazing.
Wow.
No, you need to get the game just for that mod because like holy crap. It's beautiful. Interesting. Yes, so yeah, catbird. That's a weird digression, but yes, I don't care.
I'm almost gonna say fish. The fact that very interesting, especially after they were properly introduced in the movie. Mm-hmm. Like when I realized, so their capital city is both on land and underwater. I can work with this and. Slight drop that's probably going to make an appearance in my upcoming Metroid fic. But at any rate, cool. Catburbs, fishburbs. Huzzah. Alrighty. And he says he hopes you're having a nice stream.
Thank you.
Alrighty. We move on to Mugany, whose question is literally nothing. Alright. We're moving on to Vylon then. Ooh, it's questions with Vylon time. Who's doing the jingle right here?
I'll do it.
Enigma.
I'll do it.
You do the jingle, Enigma.
It's time for questions with Vylon. Ding.
Didn't hit the high note.
Ding. What the fuck is ding?
I don't have a countdown.
All right. So she only has one question, but hold on. Let me do this how Priest does it. Let's turn this gain up 4,000%. How are you today?
Okay, I realized I forgot to do something I have to do after 6 o'clock, so fun. I'm tired. Yeah, pretty much been working day today, so.
Fantastic, and that's all for questions with Vylon today. Moving on. All right, we move on to Hylian Juggalo, which I fucking love that name still.
Let's use the Mighty Jingles method and just call him Dave.
Dave, oh god.
You get that, Flam. You get that, Flam.
God damn it. Alright. Fuck, marry, kill, main 6 edition. Choose 2 for each action.
Oh god, that's hard. Fuck, marry, kill. They're all fuckable. They're all marryable in some different way. But none of them I want to kill, so if I really had to choose... Oh, goddamn it, I hate myself for saying this already. Kill Applejack. Kill Pinkie Pie. Not because and here's the thing, it's not because I don't like those two, it's just that I can't imagine myself married to them.
Well, you're letting Applejack visit her parents, firstly.
Oh my god, why? No! Okay,
you're doing her a service.
Oh my god, no. Fuck who? Okay, so who do I have left? Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, and Rainbow. Oh, wait, crap. I should have killed Rainbow Dash. No, I'm killing Rainbow Dash. Sorry, I'm killing Rainbow Dash, and not because of cupcakes. Sorry, anyway, that was a bad reference. I'm gonna kill Rainbow Dash, and not Pinkie Pie, sorry. I would love to fuck Pinkie Pie. Yeah, I'd love to fuck Pinkie Pie.
I think everyone would. Just to see what it was like. Just for curiosity.
Well, I got a feeling that energy would be amazing in bed. Anyway,
I imagined things would be covered in sugar.
Stop! You just ruined my fantasy right there. Rarity, definitely fuck Rarity. But I do not want to be married to her. Marry Twilight or marry Fluttershy then. And marry Fluttershy, yeah. Marry Twilight, marry Fluttershy, fuck Rarity, fuck Pinkie Pie, kill Applejack, and kill Rainbow Dash. Oh god damn it, I'm bad with I'm so mean to Ashley Ball. Ouch. Yeah. So yeah, that's my answer there. Not because I don't like any, not because I dislike any of the main 16 characters, but just my own. Who would I marry if I had this option? This would be the skill set. This would be what happens.
Poor Granny Smith. She's lost a daughter and now a granddaughter. Who's gonna make her drink and start beating her family again?
Or she'll be like, "Yeah, your dog Tootin got the farm to myself."
Oh god dang it.
Well, she's still got Big Mac and the useless one.
Whoa, that went dark.
That's fantastic, Alicia.
That went dark.
All right. Now, a question from the Twitch chat. Prime Soaring asks, can Vren do the fast part in Rap God?
I need context because I have no idea what that question is. Like, yeah, I don't like rap.
Well, there's your answer, Prime Soaring. There's your answer.
The only exception to rap is rap in musical, aka Hamilton, and that's pretty much the exception.
Fair. So, in that case, moving on to 8th. Name an animal that doesn't produce milk that you would like to drink its milk if it could.
I suddenly thought of snake milk.
Huh.
I would be interested. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Honestly, I'd probably try it.
Yeah. Especially. Yeah, sorry.
No, can I say myself? Because I don't produce milk, but I'd be curious.
No!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
What the hell?
No, I just want to know what it would taste like.
Suck your dick.
I would try falcon milk.
Right, that's
I feel like it would give you a speed buff.
How would you milk it though? Because they'd have tiny little nipples.
If Rainbow Dash could produce milk, would it be a speed boost?
I think she can. She probably can produce milk.
Yeah, but if she did, would it give you a speed boost or would it just be rainbow colored?
It's Red Bull.
Why not both?
It's Red Bull now, man. That's just her piss. Like, yeah, I would say it's rainbow color.
Imagine
all
the
right.
smell.
How would it smell? Is that what you said?
Yeah, sorry.
It probably smell like Skittles.
Oh.
Taste the rainbow, bitch.
This is very tantalizing. You better move on before I become fully,
Jesus.
Oh my god, that chat! Wow! I did not need that image in my mind. I did not need my image in my mind.
Oh my god. Alrighty. Next question. How far can you spread your toes?
Not far at all. I'm not very flexible. I used to do martial arts when I was a kid. Up until like a year, 2 years ago, I used to do martial arts, so I'm not very flexible because I didn't do enough stretching. And so yeah, I can't spread my toes very far away. Pinky's the exception. The pinky toe is an exception. Everything else, not really.
That's interesting. You can spread the pinky toe out far, but not anything.
Yeah.
Very, very curious. All right. I like this question. All right. If you were Zeus, which animal-human hybrid would you create first?
Does it have to be existing or does it have to be mythological? Because I actually know quite a bit about Greek mythology that I could draw on this, so you gotta make it a little more specific.
Let's do any of them, actually. Yeah. If you had the power to create it right now, what animal-human hybrid?
Animal-human hybrid. I would be really interesting to see what a lion-human hybrid would be.
You ever seen The Wizard of Oz? Do you remember the Cowardly Lion?
Oh, God damn it! No, just not like anything better than that.
You're wading into some furry wet dream territory.
Oh, God.
I work with a very hairy man. He looks like he has a sort of mane. I think I might.
It's called a mullet. You must recall, I'm Asian. We don't like we have this thing with beards. Either we want them very long and white, or we don't want them at all.
Interesting. Well, like the literal lion from the north already. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Oh God. Oh.
Let's see.
Bracing myself.
Oh my God. Let's see.
What did you do this time?
Let's see. Let me.
Sexy, taxidermied rat underwear.
Yeah.
Oh,
What the?
that's interesting. Oh, maybe if they were desperate.
Did these rats die for a good cause, or?
Oh yeah.
Look, they're more useful dead than alive. Let's put it that way.
Fucking.
Speaking of Wonder D,
Was this how plague spread? I mean.
Exactly. They're more useful dead than alive.
No, speaking of Wonder D, he said your lion human hybrid, wouldn't that be a sphinx? I think he might actually be right.
Actually, that's a
That
point.
might
Good point.
exist. Yeah, I think
that
might
actually does.
exist.
Okay, yeah. Human snake then? Human snake then? No, that's a lamb. Yeah, that's a lamb.
Yeah, you're going to some like fantasies right now.
Yeah,
Sorry, I have like
persona.
all the. This is what happens when you read too much fantasy. You nothing you say is original.
What about a human? Don't know.
I just don't know.
Naked mole rat. Naked mole rat.
No, just no. I like Kim Possible as much as anything. No, Bacon Mole Rat is already perfect by itself.
Beautiful. Well, alrighty then. So we now move on to next question. Would you rather have a beard on your tongue or produce ice from your anus, but you still feel the cold?
Ice from my anus because if something interfered with my fucking, I like my fucking sense of taste, I'd like die. I'd kill myself. I love food, so if something interfered with that, fucking, I would kill myself.
Jeez. But then it begs the question: what would you just produce ice constant at like a constant rate of 1 cube per hour or something like that, or would it just only happen under certain circumstances?
That's a good question, actually.
It's like if you have to go, instead of like actual poop, it's just ice cubes. Like your body converts food into ice.
It just converts waste. It just somehow takes all the waste byproduct as nutrients, and you just left with frozen ice,
frozen water, and it comes out in the shape of poop.
Well, if that ever happened, I would never. It's actual ice. Oh my god.
Yeah, just legit cold ass ice, and you don't feel the cold until it comes out, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
But what you're saying is you literally reach into the toilet. It'll float firstly all the time. You'll always be floaters. And then you could literally just take the ice turd out, and you could probably eat it because it's only
ice. It's just ice. So you could literally produce ice for your own drinks on a consistent basis.
Where does all the food go?
Your body just somehow has a use for all of it. Says, nah, man, we're keeping this shit. Literally.
Well, there's actual literal. There's a reason why people smear their arrowheads and shit and then shot them at enemies because they literally. Fuck, where the hell go?
I mean, to be fair, also, if I was in combat, like, and I just shit myself, I suddenly have like bludgeon weapon, like, be like, all right, you underestimate my power. Like,
wait, you're saying that your shit? Are you saying you're talking about your ice shit, or are you talking about like your?
Like if I just pinch out a massive log in the middle of combat and I suddenly have like a truncheon, like I'm like, all right, you think you disarmed me? What?
Oh, you mean like it's some sort of melee?
No, I'm gonna disarm you. Get it?
It's not a biological hazard. It's an actual physical. You could bludgeon someone with it.
You could literally throw your own shit at each other like monkey.
What is the state of your anus that you're passing these rigid, these offensive weapons, basically?
Oh, that's the scat. There comes the scat.
And
okay.
the trolling opportunities are endless. I would shit myself constantly, like because I'm not ruining my pants. I just shit myself and have the thing drop down my leg. It's like, oh, I dropped my ice cube, and then just put it in my drink and watch people look horrified.
You clean apart from the shit in it. Honestly, the actual slime itself, it's
Well,
you know.
you say apart from the shit, and that's quite a big thing. I mean, so it's not really clean, is it?
So my point being, if you just shit ice, then you could totally actually put it in ice water and drink it. And you,
Yeah, so I
Thanks,
just take my turd from my pants, I break it into my drink and say, cold drink now, and watch everyone look on just completely horrified.
oh God, Wander, why did you have to ask that question? Oh my God.
That was from that was from 8th, actually, not Wander.
No, the other question that he wondered, he just wrote in Twitch. Oh my God.
Yeah, could potentially
Stop.
ruin anal sex.
Oh, what's the question?
Oh God, do you want to read it? Or...
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go on, Brad. You read it.
But does shit get produced far in when it's coming out? It could potentially ruin anal sex. Thank God I'm not into anal sex, but anyway.
I mean, it would cool you off, certainly. But
Vren is dead. Okay.
like fucking, you'd be like, wait, dude, girl, is this ice? Am I hitting up against ice? I don't know.
I think this is gone. Oh boy. We're trying to recover right now. Good lord, indeed.
My God.
That was just one question about shit, and we talked about it for like how long?
You wouldn't shit out ice cubes either. Wouldn't it be like
they're not
ice?
square ice. It wouldn't be funny if they were just square ice cubes.
Yeah.
Like rounded squares.
Wouldn't it be like, I don't know? Wouldn't it be like slightly starfish shaped?
Is
Your
your
asshole shaped ice cube.
yeah? Is your shit starfish shaped?
Yeah,
I'm
if your
imagining.
shit is starfish shaped. That's kind of weird, Nick. I'm not gonna lie.
Is
Go
it-
see a doctor if your shit is starfish shaped, or if you're shitting ice.
No. I'm looking at the Angus opening, and doesn't that kind? I mean, the term chocolate starfish.
Yeah.
It looks like it. If you pull your ass cheeks apart and look at it, it looks like a fish with shit on
But
it.
it's not an accurate
Bend
anatomical.
over to pull your ass cheeks apart.
Fucking like this isn't a hard concept, Enigma. I'm assuming you've taken one shit in your lifetime. So does it look weird? Does it look like those fucking Play-Doh things you squeeze through holes? I'd hope not.
I could build log cabins.
Literal log cabins. Okay, sure.
Oh God.
Alrighty.
Kill me.
Next question. So 8th has a request for you. Make airplane noises and call me daddy.
Oh God. Okay. How do I make an airplane? What airplane noise to make? Shoo! Daddy!
Fucker Mark 3 triplane.
What? That's a little too early for. That's a little. I remember I'm over 291, man.
Oh shit, okay, that's right.
So yeah, sorry, I don't. Daddy. Sorry, that's what I'm gonna do.
There you go, 8th. Hope that's enough for your fantasies.
Oh God.
Alrighty. Fucking Martin Luther Parks asks, "Are you a necrophile?"
No, just flat no.
And I'm pretty sure he's asking this sarcastically. Why do you talk so irritatingly quickly? And I don't think so, considering we have people who've talked very irritatingly quickly. On here.
Really? I thought I was talking too quickly, to be honest.
Fucking Aragon. I love him to death.
But so I actually like you kind of get to Aragon levels, but Aragon is like he has this special ability where he can breathe in and talk at the same time, so he can just do one long sentence and it just keeps going.
Like
it's truly
stop,
amazing.
You will stop and take a breath and reassess what you're gonna say. He will literally breathe while he fucking talks. It's mind blowing.
Wow.
It's honestly like not even mad at him. We're just like, this is amazing.
So basically, he's read from overly sarcastic productions, I guess.
There you go.
Does anybody know that reference? Never mind. Why do I talk here? I thought I was actually doing too quickly today. I've always been talking fast. That's the truth. And there's something I've been trying to change that. Talk slower sometimes. And
so much to say, so little time.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, so I think fast, that's the thing. So
No, I talk fast when I get nervous, so I totally get it.
yeah, but for me it's not even because I'm nervous, it's because I just think fast.
There you go. So there's your answer, good sir.
not always to my benefit, admittedly.
Fair. Now, move on to Mobile Sam, who simply asks, how do you feel about potatoes?
Oh, I freaking love them. I love potatoes. I like fries. I like potatoes. I like baked potatoes. Mashed potatoes are great. Yeah, I love potatoes. But I do have mixed feelings about the Irish. Oh god, the Irish. Oh my god, the Irish are like not the mixed feelings. Not. I know a little bit about Irish history, and I'm like, holy shit, you guys got it rough. Just Zuko. I'm just post a Zuko meme and go, that's rough, dude, or that's rough, man. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. That. Okay, what's the next question?
Next question, we move on to a random fast reader who asks, what are your thoughts on Gen 5 of MLP?
What is Gen 5 MLP?
What's coming out, allegedly?
Oh, I haven't been actually trying to search up because it's all speculation. I'm not going to make an assessment until it actually comes out.
There you go. There have been some leaks, and I'm not sure how accurate they are. But
exactly, so I'm not.
I'm going to assume they are in this case, in which case, maybe. I mean, I'd have to really see if it kind of holds the same magic that Gen 4 and 4.5 sort of had, or Gen 3 and Gen 4. I think it is. Did Friendship is Magic start with Gen 4 or Gen 3?
Gen 4. Gen 4.
Gen 4. Okay.
So, and then Akasha Girls. Yeah.
No, genuinely, related question. Did anyone see the sort of stop motion short Hasbro put out a couple of weeks ago?
Is that the one where they fucking made when they went all Teen Titans Go on this?
No, that's Pony's Life.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's Pony's.
No, it's all my Pinkie Pie drank a load of random potions.
I've seen the one where it's like a 3D Pinkie Pie running a host talk.
I haven't actually, so maybe gotta catch on that one.
I watched it. I was quite drunk, and it was a bit like, what the hell is happening? I don't know what's
happening.
Yeah, no, genuinely, it was a bit bizarre. It was definitely not Gen 4. It was very much aimed at children. I hope that's not what Gen 5 is going to be like. It was a bit.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was a bit. What's the word? I don't know.
We'll see what happens. Like Lauren had one pretty good idea when she was doing. She really wanted that epic setting, which is basically allowed the fandom to go absolutely wild.
Oh yeah, with all the fanfics that have got this whole grand world, it's definitely.
But also the artwork, because because I don't have mentioned this here, but I mentioned before my presentation at the con was that Bronies are a visual fandom. We don't like to talk a lot about fanfiction authors, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we're a fairly visual fandom when you consider like how read fanfics in the Brony community. Not that much, honestly.
I suppose
we're a lot more fanfic oriented than a lot.
I feel like we are, but we also are a lot more. We're also very visual, and especially.
Oh no, yeah, there's absolutely a focus on general art when you go to like cons and everything like that. Absolutely, 100%. But yeah, just I don't know. Compared to like other communities, proportionality and as a whole, it just seems like we are more fiction oriented.
I think there's a little bit more crossover. I think in how I think there's a lot more crossover. I think maybe because of the art, which cover pictures are a big deal.
Yes, they are.
And so therefore, there's a lot more crossover between fanfiction artists and fanfiction. Fan artists and fanfiction authors who have to collaborate in order to create interesting pieces of media like Fallout Equestria and Past Sins. I feel like that's why. But I think that's why, but that's my guess. And that's not like I don't have any source for that.
No, it's true. I mean, as I got like at least halfway through my career thus far, like fucking I feel like an integral part of my stories is just being able to commission some art and just like really portray the picture I'm trying to show. So yeah, I totally get it.
I mean, if you think about when it first started, it sort of seemed to be this sort of rapid children's show. The world it's created and the whole breadth of the art and everything, it's quite amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's weird, and it's like, and this is the kind of reason why I keep returning. I sometimes take breaks from it, and I kind of said to the point of like, I'm kind of always going to be around on this site, even actively writing fanfiction on it.
Yeah,
because it's just nice to read new ideas and just like people keep creating stuff, and it's always like surprising, and it's like, what like the one I've been reading, one story story where Wanderer knows this, our solo brony, worked with him to create a situation where Cozy Glow got redeemed, but it's got some portal magic to go with it. It's a really good story. It sounds confusing, and I have no idea how to summarize it. Basically, Cozy Glow gets redeemed because she was a hero in an alternate universe, but then she managed to finally return to her own universe in the aftermath of, T-Rex and Chrysalis being bad people, and now she has to live with, being good, but also used to be being evil, and it's a really great story. It's really, really, like, underrated, but, like, I think it's called, start with the hero, Cozy Glow. Yeah, start with that, and then see what happens. Yeah, I'm dropping a lot of fake recommendations in this one.
Yeah. We all like fake recommendations.
Yeah, I just feel like that a lot of people need to read other stuff. Like, I'm always happy when people read my stuff, but I know that I'm not the type to revise, like, and continue writing fanfiction, because after this one, I'm like, I've reached a point where I'm like, maybe a one shot or two. Maybe, like, I published my first fucking comic. Yeah, I published my first comic.
Beautiful.
Was it good?
Well, people seem to like it. People seem to like it. I don't know if it's good or not. Yeah, so I don't know. I always come back to the fandom, like, a little bit, but I'm not gonna, like. And so that's why I keep recommending things to people, because I just think that there's so much good stuff out there that unfortunately just by timing, because the fandom was growing so wide and massively back then that it was just easy for a lot of it to get swept under. To a lot of the initial people who got a lot of press. They got a lot of press because, like, again, partly because of timing, partly because they were damn.
Right.
But, like, timing was a bit of a factor in there. Yeah, because
say. Or if you tapped into, or for me, it was just tapping into a market that I had no idea that there was a demand for, which was the first Metroid story I did, and I just kind of went from there. But yeah, I 100% agree. It's either timing or something else. But
talent wasn't part of it. Like,
there's some great fucking stories getting pumped out right now, and Shape Movement, I need to read a lot more. So, but yeah, and for me also, it's just like 2020's, like Priest would say, is gonna be more of a year of topping things off, finishing some stuff that I want to finish, and I think I only have like one more major story, like several 100,000 words planned, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. We'll figure that out.
Well, go original then. Why not? You got skills. You got platform.
I intend to at some point.
Just finish an original story. That's what my plan is. Finish an original story. There's no place to start but now.
Exactly. Ooh, we got a question from Prime Soaring again, who asks, "What's your favorite Hamilton song?"
Well, before we did, I forgot. We didn't answer the random star reader. What princess would you marry? I think. Should I answer that first?
Where was that?
That the one we just said.
No, we'll address that afterward. That's no problem.
So, what's my favorite Hamilton song? What's my favorite Hamilton song? What was the one that? So, Nonstop is one, and then the one that Eliza sings when she meets Hamilton. I can't remember. Say the name. The name's just blanking out my head. So yeah, Nonstop is my favorite because Nonstop is amazing. Helpless, yes, Helpless is the one I really like. Yeah, the title makes sense in context when you actually listen to the song. Helpless and Nonstop are my favorite ones.
Perfect. Well, there you go, Prime Soaring, and then we move random fast. Who asks, which of the princesses would you marry?
Celestia. I'm sorry. What? Yeah, Celestia.
Would it be Celestia? Celestia or Alternia? Let's be real here.
Would I marry Alternia? That's a good ass question, actually. I don't know. Like, whenever I imagine marriage to one of my characters, I always have to actually say yes, and I'm not sure. Like, I would totally marry Alternia or Celestia, but I'm not sure if either would say yes.
And she's if she's a changeling, she could be anyone.
But here's the thing: it's like for me, the marriage fantasy is like the consent part of it is very much part of my fantasy. So, like, if they said yes, then that's kind of the yes, but I'm not sure if they would. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, for
true.
me, that type of, oh, I want to marry that person. Yeah, but I really want them to really like me.
Yeah.
And really like be hot for me.
So-
That turns me on.
You wouldn't be able to say, "Oh, I have 1,000 followers on film fiction," because film fiction wouldn't exist in this world.
No. So
I wrote
yeah,
your story, girl.
God,
Yeah, I created you, bitch.
yeah, but that kind of makes it kind of weird, you know, like,
Yeah,
because just because I created you doesn't mean you shouldn't have a yes or no answer.
yeah.
No, absolutely.
You know,
That's slightly
so,
threatening as well, isn't it? Like, I can
Yeah.
create you if you.
exactly. So that's why I'm like that that consensual part to it. It's like really, I'm really like, yeah, please, yeah. If you're gonna marry me, you gotta say yes. That's
Please
gotta be like,
remember, I can always control alt delete you.
oh, I would prefer if I didn't actually have that power.
There you
In that
go.
case. So yeah, what else?
Yeah, I can't see. I don't see myself within my characters. I always find it's like some weird form of incest, sort of. Like, I created you. You're like my creation. It's like it's just like it was why I've never created like I can never create like a self insert with an OC or something like that. It's just almost
Yeah.
foreign to me.
It's
Where everyone's
weird,
just
isn't
like, oh
it?
my
Yeah.
god, like Stella's my waifu, or oh my god, Schneeblum is my waifu, and I'm like, cool, it's fine, awesome, whatever. I could never say that about my own characters. It just seems
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, maybe Sunset Shimmer, maybe, but I don't know. The part of the idea is that I can create something, be married to someone that I created. Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's why I said it's just like other people can say my characters are there. That's totally cool, and I'm honored. But for me to say my own, some people are like, oh, is Stella totally your waifu? I'm like, no. Why?
It's like a sort of
case.
intellectual incest, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Intellectual, like
It is.
intellectual property incest or something like that.
Oh my god, yeah, that's exactly how this ends. Yeah.
That's why.
hmm.
Just like I may create my character that caters to a certain fantasy of mine, but so it's just like, wow, would you totally be? No, bitch, hold up. Like, yeah,
Yep.
I don't know about that, my guy.
Mm-hmm. Whew. Okay.
So there we go, and I think that does it for all the questions. Let me double. Oh, wait. There's more. Other asks. Speaking of marrying a changeling, in your stories, do changelings have ovipositors?
No, actually, I kind of imagine changelings as magical versions of ponies with exoskeletons. That's how I imagine them in my stories.
Right.
It was not, and that was not because I just sort of what happened when I wrote that story was that I was treating changelings as ponies, and the whole message underlining that was that because there's a very strong, in spoiler alert, anti-racism message in that first story.
Mm-hmm.
Because put it bluntly, I'm a minority in my own country, so you can understand why I went with that particular multicultural message. And so I always just sort of imagine it as ponies. Ironically, technically that actually is not particular. I don't know what's more. The thing is, I always just imagine them as something a little more familiar. And so therefore ponies, but exoskeletons and have magic, but they operate differently.
And for you, did they lay eggs or were they actually live births?
Oh, we actually established that really early that they have live births.
Okay.
There was literally in the second or fourth chapter of the story, I asked Celeste Alternia, do you, I think it's Twilight, asked Alternia, oh, do you lay eggs? Alternia's like, had this whack-ass image of Crystal laying a bunch of eggs, and she's like, no. And yeah, that's how I established that one. No, they do not lay eggs.
And then season 8 kind of said, yep, that's exactly what happens. They're eggs. So... Oops.
Oh yeah, that was weird. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that's also my favorite thing about this stuff. Like stories I wrote years ago, or parts of it are being invalidated by modern canon. I'm like,
fuck indeed. For me, it was easy because I wrote an alternate, and so I could be like, alternate universe.
Yeah,
have fun.
Therefore, and that's when Faust created the alternate universe tag. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, And let me just do a quick refresh, just double check. And...
Oh, there's some Twitch questions also.
Yeah, one last Twitch question.
Yes. When did you realize Alternia had a female romantic partner? Had
Okay.
a female romantic partner.
Okay, so that's requires some context for readers who are not familiar with my. So the verse I wrote with Alternia and being Celestia, aka Changeling being Celestia, was when I wrote that initial story, and then I'm a history mate. I was studying history, and I'm a history master's, as I mentioned previously. So I'd love to just flesh things out. Mm-hmm. And so as I started fleshing things out, I obviously started thinking like Alternia is now a 1,000-year virgin. Like, just no, that's just that's not the story I want to tell. Like, I got the feeling, like, what happened was I got the sense that Alternia is never up into my recent story, she never had sex out of her disguise. So in that sense, she's a virgin. I guess you can, in that sense, she is a virgin, or she was a virgin, but she has had sexual experience, and so like, because I was like, no, that's not the story I want to tell. That's so weird, like a 1,000-year-old prude, like, that's just. No, it was not only just, that just gave me creeps, that type of storyline. And so I was like, okay, so 1,000 years, over the course of 1,000 years, she had a few lovers. But that's 1,000 years. She, of course, would have experimented, She would have experimented with, female and males, because I've had 1,000 years to rule the throne. Not necessarily I have to pick up the best mares and stallions, but, I can have the freedom to, choose, dabble. And so, as I started writing that history out, I began to realize that there was a character that Alternia really loved, like, had that person. It was this character called Voge, which nobody's heard of, pretty much. Basically, she's like, I sort of characterize her as the first Royal Guard captain. Well, 500 years into her reign, and she had the blonde mane and the white coloration, that royal guards used to have in season 1 and 2. And so when I characterized this person, I started fleshing her out, like scrappy but noble, like sort of a diamond in the rough Aladdin character. I realized that it would be this particular pony that would make Alternia really fall in love with, to the point that she's willing to she would become the first like princess consort in my verse, that is. So again, when I developed that idea, these character ideas, I don't necessarily like have the whole idea. But when I realized she had that particular female character would be her lover, that's what it organically developed. If you can explain it, yeah.
Right. No, it makes total sense.
So yeah.
There you go. And
so,
I think that does it for all the questions, I believe, unless the chat has anything for.
Yeah.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh my god, sorry, I have to hold on a second. I got called. Let me just get that. Hold on a second. Sorry about it.
Live phone call on stream, that can be quite exciting. But let the chat, decide what we'll say.
Yes, rolling dubs determines what we say. What's on the call? Oh god.
Sorry about that. Parental stuff. Yeah. Anyway, what else?
I think that's actually it. And checking the time, we're actually pretty close to. Time
of course. Wait, hold on. Wander. Of course, Wander is. Oh god.
What did Wander ask?
You said.
What is Alternia's fetish?
That's a good question. I have not thought about it actually.
Is it inflation?
No. Does she like a lot of white? Does she like a lot of white stuff? I would not be so.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Can that be a fetish?
No, the creamy white stuff, obviously.
Oh, sour cream. Can that be a fetish?
So he loves Twinkies.
I want to.
Yeah. Can that be a fetish?
I feel like she would eat I haven't actually thought about it. That's the thing. I've never actually pictured a clock fig with Alternia. I pictured canon characters with clock figs, but I've never actually pictured a clock fig with Alternia, to put it bluntly. It's just something about intellectual property curving.
Yeah.
Was really ticked me off. And so if I had to take, like, from a character standpoint, I would say I don't think she would have a fetish. She's a 1,000-year changeling. Like, really,
Sorry, what?
she would not actually have a. I don't think she would have a fetish. Like, she experimented, and here's my character reason. And you can take this as canon from word of author. She has already experimented with a bunch of different fetishes at different points in her life with different lovers. But like when you think about like everything she's tried, she's probably seen it all, and she wouldn't have a specific fetish that would get her off. Like she'd be happy to experiment, and her, I guess if you could call it a fetish, it would be if her lover's getting off really much, like really hard getting off, like female or male, she'd get off of that. Like, you know, making that type of control play. I guess that control play of her making sure that her lover is clearly enjoying it would be the one that would get her off. Yeah. But that's already a fetish. That's just a sex thing.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, you see what I mean? Like, it's not really... That's why I can't say that she would have...
Right. Her fetish is kink shaming.
No, it would... Nah, she wouldn't be. Nah, it wouldn't be. Oh, God.
Oh, yes, baby. Let it hail on me.
I will definitely tell you that scat does not factor into that.
Oh, yeah? You're gonna lay that ice on me?
Oh, you code bastard. You code bastard, Wandy.
You're as cold as ice. Willing to sacrifice our love.
You gotta show yourself I'm no longer. Frozen 2 is great, by the way.
There you go.
What? Oh God, what did Riddle drew? I'm looking.
I hope it's scat. Oh no, even worse.
Sour cream. What? I guess food would possibly play into it. Food might play into it, to be honest. Oh my God. I'm not even sure if I should. I have this thing where I showed a fan art of all Princess Celestia changing Queen stuff. So I would like to do this, except I'm not sure if I could. Compile all the artwork and show.
I think you can.
I guess I could.
10 more minutes, so if you have any on hand,
I'll do it. I'll compile it later when I have time because I have to got chores and duties to attend to.
Oh, right.
You know how it is, but yeah, I'm gonna just for the lols. Thank you, Riddle, for all that beautiful art. Favorite Frozen 2 song. Oh yeah, there's a chat that's saying favorite Frozen 2 song. Show yourself.
Let it go.
Show yourself. No, show yourself. Show yourself and the next right thing. Yeah, show yourself and the next right thing. Though if you have to, yeah.
Alrighty then. So
we are done, I guess.
I think that does it then.
It does. Thank you for having me, guys. And yeah, guys. Sorry, none of the girls show up. None of the girls show up. So yeah, thank you for having me, guys.
No worries, everyone. This has been the Barcast. Thanks for tuning in very much. Your bartenders for this evening have been Alex _.
Sour cream.
It's been Enigmatic Otaku.
You know, it's a great way to start your own website. Try GoDaddy.
It's been with Milk.
I don't even have a meme at the end. I'm sorry.
And that's been Squarespace and I am Squarespace. This has been and Vren, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It was fun. I have not had this much fun in a while.
And it was more than a pleasure to have you on by all means. So in that case, everyone, this has been us. You have been you. fuck you. Have a good night.
Good night.
I love you.